I don't know what to tell you, man.
Just give me all the bacon and eggs you have. Wait. I worry what you just heard was, give me a lot of bacon and eggs. What I said was, give me all the bacon and eggs you have. Do you understand?
What the hell did you expect?
What the hell do you expect?
Where am I?
The pit of despair. Don't even think. Don't even think about trying to escape.
You know, a few episodes ago, something stuck with me about that Best Buy and that payphone. Where was the payphone? What's a Best Buy? What makes its buy the best?
My office! Burgled! Plundered! Purloined! Ha ha ha! Loins.
You need to get back on the man horse, right? Because I think I know a certain horseman that might want to take you out for a trot.
Are you seriously hitting on me right now?
Nay! No, I'm not. That was my horse impression saying no.
I mean, I figured he had to be in sport, but he wasn't in sport.
Mrs. Paul's light seafood entrees.
Well, hello and welcome. This is yet another episode of What the Hell Did You Expect? This is episode number 22 in a collector's series. I'm your host, Kevin Ryan, weighing in this week at 194 pounds. And with me here now, after a week of short hiatus after the Thanksgiving break, is Colin Suplee.
You lost weight. Like a significant amount of weight.
Yeah, because I really haven't been eating that much.
Yay, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, yeah. No, thanks. I mean, Thanksgiving was just ridiculous to my weight level.
Yeah, I feel that.
Simply because I was consuming a lot of, both just a lot of food and also a lot of drinks. And strangely, alcohol has a lot of calories in it. Alcohol makes you...
I had something to say, and then something got in my mouth. Ow.
You coughed squarely on the mic. Like,
that was an
so
accident.
Directly on the mic.
I was going to say something, and then it just came out. I'm sorry.
What were you going to say?
I don't fucking remember.
It was about alcohol and calories.
Oh, yeah.
And alcohol
I had some witty quip. Whatever. Just dub over me with like, well, of course, Kevin, there's lots of calories in alcohol. Did you know that alcohol is actually made from things like wheat, grain, and food? Therefore, it has calories.
Yeah, I could say that.
So take that audio and stick it like the back. I'm telling myself this for later because I edit these shows.
Yeah, I was going to say, why are you telling me to do this? You're the one that edits the goddamn things.
Not that I'm going
well,
to,
you actually don't really even edit them that much.
Not anymore, since we got this down to a science.
Yeah, no, you just press record and then press stop, and it goes on the internet. And whatever we say does not get edited out, because, we don't really need to edit any things out anyway. It's not like what we're saying is too terribly offensive for imaginary radio ever.
I'm sure there'd be some people who would be offended by what we say.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah. Also, your hair, I don't know what it is.
What happened to my hair?
I don't know what it is about your hair,
yeah.
But usually it's more like volumey right now.
Yeah.
Or not like right now, but usually it's more volumey. But for some reason this week, your hair looks more tame? I don't know.
Maybe it's because I've been washing my hair. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
I normally wash my hair.
Yeah, but usually there's a lot of hair coming all over and it's like big and it's just kind of flat. It just looks different and weird. Okay, that's more what I'm used to. Thank you.
I scuffed my hair.
Colin tousled his hair for me. What a wonderful co-host.
My person and her roommate told me yesterday or the other day, I don't remember, that apparently my hair looks like a kind of wine. Like the dyed part looks like what do they call
Rosé.
it? Yeah, that's what they called it.
Yeah. That's for all the novice wine drinkers in our listening audience.
Me. Ooh, me. Pick me.
Okay, I'll pick you. Do not make the mistake that some of my friends have made in the past. Maybe you've made this mistake in the past. Maybe this
Is it
why
about
I'm
wine?
thinking of
I
it.
bet
Yeah.
I have made this mistake. I know nothing about wine. You drink
so-
it and it gets you crunk.
Yes, it does definitely get you
It
crunk.
usually doesn't taste good. That's what I know about it.
But, okay, so the deal with rosé is the French word for pink. It's pink wine. It looks pink. It's clear. You can see through it, but it's still, like, red in color. It's not white. So, some people, I'm not going to name names. I have a friend, let's just call him Robert Amico.
No, let's not do that. Please, can we not? Okay.
So Robert Amico thought that rosé was what happened when you mix white wine and red wine together, which is not true. That would taste terrible. Rosé is actually what you get when you make red wine, but you take out the skins of the grapes.
Oh.
Because when you make red wine, normally you don't take the skins off the grapes. When you make white wine, you do take the skins off the grapes.
Yeah.
And rosé is making red wine as if you were using white wine grapes. Basically.
Interesting.
Yeah. The more
That's
you know.
Kind of cool, I guess. Actually, wow,
Yeah.
winemaking. We talked a lot about winemaking, if I recall correctly, over Thanksgiving.
A bit.
It was a whiny time. We
Yeah.
also had Tallarico's Pizza, which is dope as
Yeah.
fuck. Not that we're immediately going to get on talking about Seattle food again, but oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, dear God.
Go
like,
to Tallarico's Pizza in West Seattle and get what is it called? Get the Coppola. It's
Yeah.
good shit.
Yeah, I had the Scorsese. It was good. It was a mistake, though. I should have gotten the Coppola.
Yeah.
I am agreeing with Colin. I'm bowing down to Colin's food tastes for once. So relish this moment. It doesn't happen often.
No, it doesn't.
But holy shit, Colin, that pizza place is one of the fucking best
Yeah.
I've ever had.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
So, and in West Seattle, of all places, I would not expect to find like really
Middle
good-
class suburban kind of place.
I would not expect to find that, but it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
In
fun.
my experimental food experiences over Thanksgiving, I had delicious Thanksgiving turkey from Kevin, but I also had knee bone soup, I believe it was called.
knee bone soup.
A Korean dish, and
Yeah.
it tasted like knees in a soup.
It
was okay.
What do knees in a soup taste like, Colin?
Kind of like beef, but chewier.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, it was beef knees. It was It was good.
I just figured out a solution to the weird mic problems. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna hold it.
Okay.
I mean, not like hold it, not like a concert singer on American Idol or anything like whoa or anything.
Whoa! Like that.
Simon Cowell would like just kick us both out right
Well, yeah,
now.
I can't sing.
But-
I know that.
But I'm going to. It's still like on the mic stand and everything. Not that it's really a stand, but the mic thing. It broke off, so it's taped on and only sort of functions on a very weird angle unless I hold it and force it to be at another angle. But this angle is much more pleasant for like actually looking at your face while we're having a conversation, which is nice.
I just gotta say, we gotta go one show without talking about our shitty equipment.
I don't think we can do that.
Every day it's
That's
a reminder,
impossible.
like stepping
You know
out into
what?
the cold to go to work.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should like have. You know how? Did your parents ever do this with you? Have like a swear jar where every time you said a swear word, you'd put like a
No,
quarter
my
in the
mom
jar?
just gave me like the dead eye. She just looked at me and I was like, "Oh no, I did something wrong."
Yeah.
Oh, I said ass.
Yeah, I mean, I think my parents did that, but that actually wasn't for swearing though that they did the jar thing. They did it for I know I have some like weird verbal things still, but I used to be much worse about saying like, you
Yeah.
know, that sort of thing. So I think they did the swear jar,
But the
they,
jar?
But they modded it, so it was like the verbal placeholder jar. And anytime I used a verbal placeholder for a pause, I would have to put a quarter in the jar. And it worked.
That's
because I've cut down a lot on that in my speech.
That's kind of...
Yeah.
But they made a lot of money.
They did.
That just reminded me of the time when I was in elementary school, and everyone was, swearing's a big deal when you're in third grade. I think it was to me anyway, because I was like, "Oh, those are what big people say." And I was like, I was at my morning, my like 7 a.m. daycare. That was the school before school actually started.
Yeah.
Because my mom went to work really early because she was an RN.
RN.
She worked at a hospital as a nurse.
Nurse.
Well, okay, she did that later. I forget what the word is. She did the thing where you like look at people's hearts in the ER and then poke them to make sure they're not dead.
I know that thing that you're talking about, but I have no idea what it's actually called. But sorry, continue.
Yeah. And there's this kid. There's a kid like there's those people who like always get in line first, like 5 minutes before everyone else.
Yeah.
Hi. Well, yeah, I tried to do that too because like I want to be the first one to get pizza. But then at the time I didn't get it, and I was early morning. This kid, and I was like, and there's kids around me, and we were waiting in line, and then one of the kids was like, "Why is that guy always in front?" And then I said at the top of my lungs, "Because he's a little bitch." And then
how old were you?
Third grade.
Okay.
That's something, and then the kid just went. And like ran to our like camp counselors or whatever. I was like, he said bitch. Oh my god, I said bitch. Punish me.
It's like that episode of SpongeBob where they're like, I said it too. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I did the what is it, Sailor Mouth?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And then they went to work for Mr. Krabs' mom because they kept and
the actual funny part of the story, though, is that as I was being walked to the office, like the office, like you have to sit down and like, for what you've done, we had these like point cards in my thing.
Oh, I remember point cards.
Yeah, and I was like, if you get this, you get like a Rubik's cube or like a Power Rangers toy or something. So like they'd basically bribe us to be good. And as we were walking there, I was like, wait, hold on, don't take me in. I got like 8 point cards. I'll give these to you if you don't take me to the office. I tried to bribe my way out of going to the office with fake elementary school money. It didn't work.
Hey, corruption starts early. That's a really great. I like that story.
Yeah, it's indicative of how I acted when I was younger.
I remember, I think I was probably in about third grade too. We had a substitute teacher. So you know how when you're in like elementary school and you have a sub, everyone's trying to just like fuck with her and be like, no, we don't do this. We usually have extra recess. That's what our teacher usually does. Right?
Yeah, I got that in middle school. Elementary school, they were just like, hey guys, we're watching Bill Nye, and the kids were like, yeah.
Yeah, my high school, we kind of like to fuck with elementary school, we like to mess with the substitute. So one of the kids, because I was a little goody two-shoes and totally teacher's pet at that point in my life, and I would never do anything bad, regardless of whether someone was watching or not. But I didn't know what swear words were. And this other kid was pretending to be stupid and not be able to, sound out this word that he was also able to spell, though.
Yeah.
And me being the smart ass that I am, he was spelling out SH. I don't know how you pronounce that, though. And I'm just like, shit. And he's like, you said a bad word. And I'm like, well, you spelled it out.
You wrote it down in chalk on the playground.
Yeah, no, he seriously actually did that.
Yeah.
And then the teacher, and then like one of his little asshole friends goes and tells the substitute teacher, and she gets really indignant about, oh my God, you said shit and you're only in third grade. What are your parents teaching you? And I'm like, no, there's that kid over there, and he wrote it on the ground.
Yeah. Did they believe you?
Well, I mean, I was also crying at the time, so it was a little bit hard for me to get those words out. But no, they did believe
If
me.
you just said that, like, completely articulated, just like, nah, I kid did it. He wrote it on the ground.
Yeah. No, it was probably something more like, I didn't know. I didn't mean to say it. The guy wrote it on the ground. Yeah, something
See, shit like
that.
that is why swear words are still a big deal in our society.
Yeah.
I don't actually know that. I'm not a linguist, but I'm just like, well, if you make it bad, then people are going to think they're edgy for using it later on in life, and that'll lead to people using it to be tough. So
no, and you know, I'm sort of all for the. I don't really give a shit if I'm comfortable enough with a person in just about any situation. I'll sprinkle in a little bit of swearing, not on purpose, but just because, like, sometimes it's honestly a pretty decent way to articulate some things.
It is.
But, you know, I also know there are definitely places not to swear. Like, in front of my grandparents, for example.
Yeah.
That's... I would never do that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I would be mortified to swear in front of my grandparents, or like in a professional businessy situation. The place that I worked at over the summer, everyone had such foul mouths, even when they were, talking with clients and customers and people. And what stood out was that my boss and my coworkers and everyone would just throw swear words around all the time when my clients were there, and I didn't. I kept it clean and professional, and they all sort of thought the better of me for it. So, I mean, in a sense, like, haha, fooled them, but also, haha, I was
okay. Well, when you go to like a warehouse, you're like, all right, guys, I need to store like 5,000 bottles of Gatorade. You don't want to hear like, all right, we'll get your fucking Gatorade bottles in. You want to hear, yes, sir, we will get your Gatorade bottles stored, and then we'll use them to kill the children.
You don't want to hear the last part of that, but everything up to we will use them to kill the children. Everything up to that point, you would want to hear that.
I don't know. I've never actually tried to store things in big storage places, so I don't know, dude. But I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, no, I mean, the deal with big storage places, we're probably verging on incredibly boring.
Are we? Let's talk about more wacky ass stories from our childhood. So I had little gang wars on my
oh my god, me too.
What was it? My playground? We called it the Playscape because it was
Playscape?
Yeah, because there were two different parts.
Like RuneScape?
Yes, like RuneScape. Because there was like, the part with like the big like jungle gymmy kind of climbing bits, and that was all on
every fucking show.
Sorry, dude. My phone was making the microphone buzz again. But we would what was it? Like there's the Playscape, which had all the jungle gym stuff, and it had wood chips, and then surrounding that was about 3 acres of concrete. This giant fucking concrete like area that would like have where we played like ball and things, and there was like
they'd have like the tether ball and the Foursquare and all that.
It was cool. It was this kind of like, I don't know, like it was like when you're 4 feet tall, it's a big place. And it was really like, wow, this is like huge. Like even though it's like kind of shoddy, it's really cool. And basically we were like, no, it's like we'd have like in kindergarten, I'd like get all my friends together and be like, all right, no, today's our day to have the Playscape. And it's big enough for like 50 kids, but still we're like, nah, get off, it's ours. And then we played at it a little. We played at it a little too hard sometimes because like one of my friends was like, Colin, you've gone off the deep end. I'm betraying you and forming my own rival gang, and we're gonna take you down. And then I got the shit beaten out of me.
No, that sounds familiar, especially the last part.
Yeah.
But I also we had a similar thing where there was like the wood chip area with all the jungle gym type stuff, and then just a bunch of concrete. But we also had a big sort of sand dirt field for like baseball and stuff, and then we just had a big grass field as well.
We didn't have any grass.
And then the really cool part was there was sort of a trail leading down into like it wasn't a ravine or anything, but there was a forest, and the principal there for the first few years that I was there was really into Native American stuff. So he had commissioned a totem pole to be built there, and he himself, since he was a woodworker, built some like benches and a little shelter cover thing and put it down there. It was a really cool area, and it was down in the woods, and we could totally go down there.
That's really awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Until
what happened?
Until
I thought someone was going to fuck it up.
Yeah. No, in stories like this, it's always inevitable that it gets fucked up. Until Dr. Evervold was forced to retire because I don't exactly remember why, but he was forced to retire. Not because of anything like scandalous, just because he'd been there so long and had so much tenure and accolades and whatever that the school district is like, we can't afford to keep paying you. Leave. So the woman they brought in instead, her name is Wendy Idebo, and she is still there, and she's fucking terrible. She hates kids, and she's an elementary school principal. And her deal is she fenced that area off, so you can't go back in the woods anymore.
Yeah.
And she instituted a new policy: you can't run on the playground, especially in the wood chip area, because if you're running on the wood chip area and you fall down, you might get like a wood chip in your eye or something. So,
motherfucker.
Yeah, no, I know.
I mean, we had the same rules. I got like yelled at, like, Colin, stop running on the playground. And I was like, no, this is what I need.
Yeah, I really like. I understand from a liability standpoint why you would have the rule on the book about not running on the playground, but holy shit, those kids are 5 to 10. They have recess specifically so they can run around on the playground.
Yeah.
That just seems so backwards to me to say, okay, go out and have fun and relax and don't do school stuff, but no running.
Ugh.
What the fuck? I
don't know. It bothered me too. I mean, and then like, I don't know. And then we got to like middle school, and it was like, no more playgrounds. Now you have to do like sports and real things instead of like pretending to play Pokemon on like the gymnasium, which I probably would have been content doing up until I was like in 10th grade or something probably. But I probably should have just joined theater in hindsight. Like it's like, well, I want to keep pretending to be shit. Probably should go into theater.
You probably would have been pretty good in theater.
I was okay. I took a class in my senior year, and it was like I enjoyed the shit out of it. Like it's a shame I don't have time to take any classes of it here at the college level, but maybe someday.
Yeah, no, I have really fond memories of my theater class in high school, all of them actually, because I did not only like the extracurricular theater stuff, but I actually had a class like that classroom. There were no desks and chairs; it was just couches, just a ton of couches in this big room that had its own little lighting system and it had a little stage on it. It was so cool. That whole thing. Oh, God.
High school.
Yeah.
Mine's torn down. Actually, I know. I think I mentioned this on the show before, but my elementary school and my high school are gone now, which is a shame because I can't like go back and check that shit out in 10 years.
I mean, I've shown you my elementary and high school before because I live like right next to them, basically.
Yeah, you have.
And it's still really nice, every once in a while I'm taking my dog for a walk. Even though I'm really glad that I didn't stick around Mukilteo or anything, it's still nice to every once in a while be able to walk back through my high school campus or my elementary school campus and be like, yeah, I remember this place. This is nice to be, sort of close to it back here. But at the same time, be able to walk through on like a Saturday night when there's no one who could possibly recognize me. That was always the shitty part about going back to high school, is there'd be teachers or kids or someone who would recognize me. And if there's any one thing I hate in this world, it's people recognizing me.
Just out of the blue, it's like, hey Kevin, hi mom. Wait. Don't recognize me, mom. I'm beyond that point in my life now. You refer to me as Angus.
No. Oh dear God. Did I ever tell you the origins of Angus?
It was what was it? It was like a placeholder name for like a book for your writing or something, right?
Yeah, it was my pen name. When I wrote plays in high school, my pen name was Angus J. Young. I have no idea why. I have absolutely no idea why 15-year-old Kevin chose that name.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 14-year-old Kevin who chose that name. Either way, he was a fucking idiot, and he had no idea what he was doing.
Angus, like the beef.
Yeah, no, and sometimes, like, you know, sometimes when I order at places and I want to not be Kevin,
Yeah.
and they ask for my name, I'll order as Angus. Just
The last time I did that, I ordered something and I was no. What's your name? Stannis the Manus. They wrote the whole thing down too. It was great.
yeah. Was that at the trail room?
Yeah, it was.
Of course it was.
And
at the
then
trail
and then
room.
Sean put down Renly, and we had this like moment of, I don't ship that. That would be incest. Not that Game of Thrones doesn't already have
Oh, dear
tons
God.
of that.
Yeah.
Moment of Game of Thrones. I am still reading the books. Last night I read up to the end of the Red Wedding
Oh, wow.
in book 3.
How was the Red Wedding in the book?
Horrifying. You know what else does expect me to say?
More or less horrifying than the TV show, though.
In some ways, more. Roose Bolton's bit is actually more poignant in the book. Where it's like the Lannisters send their regards. No, he actually says like Jaime Lannister sends his regards, because previously Jaime Lannister had been all like, give my good regards to Robb Stark, and like Bolton's all like, yeah, sure. And you think it's like, okay, he'll say yes, but then he's like, no, I'm gonna kill you.
Spoilers.
No, come on, guys. If you don't fucking know what the Red Wedding is, like, get out of your rock. Patrick. But what was it? The interesting thing is, though, you know how in the show Robb's wife and child also die in the Red Wedding?
Yeah.
They're not there.
No, not at all.
the book.
I remember reading that on like a Game of Thrones wiki that Robb's wife and child are not there.
Yeah.
So I guess technically in the book there's the possibility for another Stark.
Yeah, I don't know if Jane Westerling
Heir
is
to
still
be born.
alive or not. Like,
Yeah.
I have read the chapter like the Hound knocked Arya in the back of the head, and I'm assuming he's riding her off somewhere or something. But I'm concerned, Kevin. This is way more intense than the show was.
Yeah.
Because it's like event, Red Wedding, and then it doesn't like have a season change. It just keeps going, and it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And Oberyn Martell showed up before the Red Wedding happened, unlike in the show, which was really cool. So all
Yeah.
that's like tying together really nicely.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh my god, Game of Thrones, so many emotions. No, it's a big deal because I didn't have anything to do last night because I was gonna go on a date, but then
Fuck you for not having anything to do. Holy shit. I have like a week left before everything is due.
that's funny. Sorry, it's not funny. Do you want me to? Because I finished my final project for one of my classes last week, and another final project for one of my classes last week, and I am to the point of completion on my thesis project that I'm going to be by the end of the semester as of today. So that's 3 classes, and then I have a presentation and a test, and that's it.
It's actually not nearly as bad as I'm making it out to be, because I have a bio paper that I can knock off in like an hour or two.
Yeah.
Because it's only 3 to 5 pages, and I barely have to cite sources at all.
Yeah.
I have a presentation and paper to do on Applebee's
You mentioned this, but yes, Applebee's.
for my food class, and like my professor gave us the project with 2 weeks before the due date, so he's expecting us to do it all in 2 weeks. So yeah, and he's asking a lot of us actually, so I'm just assuming that no one is going to live up to his expectations and he'll have to lower his expectations. I'm hoping that's what happens, at least. And then I have my thesis, which I have all the edits back on, and like I can finish editing that. But you know, that's going to require a good solid day or 2 of work on my part.
Cool.
But, you know, actually like I can be done with the majority of that by the middle of this week. So it's
Ballin',
actually
dude.
not that much.
Yeah.
But still it feels like a lot just because I haven't really been able to do much work recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I have my senior faculty review tomorrow, which is where I put up all the artwork I've made in the past 3 months in the gallery, and then every single art like studio professor comes into the gallery and critiques me for 20 minutes. So that's going to be exciting.
Each one for 20 minutes or collectively?
Collectively.
20 minutes?
But it's all of them. It's not just like the ones that I like.
Wow.
So yeah, but my
good luck with that.
Yeah, it should be good. I don't actually have to do anything. My work is done. They're just going to talk at me and I'm going to record it.
Okay.
But what I've been working on, like the final piece for that is like the first part of my senior project, which I showed you a picture of, which I finished today. I mean, if I didn't finish, I'd be very worried because I'd have to go back and work on it again. But that is the canvas for the final project. I'm going to draw a 100-page or 100 panel comic book over that, using that as the background. That'll be what I'm the entirety of my winter break is doing that. And that's due in February.
If you just do that your whole winter break, though, that'll take a lot of pressure off of you for the rest of the semester.
Oh, yeah, totally. I fully intend to get this done over winter break. I am not going to work on this next semester. It has to be done.
That's cool.
I have no patience for that next semester.
Yeah.
Because I want to be working on other stuff than like Shadow Queen and things. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. Next semester's going to be so great. I get to take a painting class and a class about music. And like,
what music class are you taking?
Either intro to electronic music or contemporary trends in music.
Okay.
And then like my lab class, and that's it. So I'm just like, final semester.
Oh, that'll be nice.
It'll be so nice.
It'll be relaxing.
I haven't taken like a 12 credit semester yet.
Really?
I've
only been doing like the last time I took a full course load was technically first semester of junior year when I was in India.
Yeah.
But that did not count. Holy shit. I did not do any work, barely.
Yeah.
So I think the last time I took a full 16 credit semester was sophomore year, because thank you, past Kevin Ryan, for taking all those AP courses in high school that give me college credits that allows me to just take some easy semesters and really focus on a few classes.
This will be my first easy semester. Okay, that's not true. None of my semesters are ever easy. What the hell am I saying? I do studio. So much drawing.
Yeah, that's a lot of time and effort. And yay.
Did I tell you about my diorama? I made a little diorama.
What?
You know, like in elementary school, again, where they're like, make a diorama, and you have to like get a little plastic emu and you put it in a shoebox and like take some photos and stick them to the back.
Yeah.
I made one of those for my design class as a group project, and it looks pretty fucking sweet. I'll have to show it to you. I have photos on my phone. I'll show it to you later.
Show me the photos.
Yeah.
Later.
But basically, you know, to describe it to our listeners, I took we took like a really thin, like a box, kind of like the shoebox idea, but we made it ourselves. It's made out of wood, and then I did drawings, paintings in Photoshop digitally, and printed them out layer by layer. And each layer goes back. There's 5 layers, and there's like half an inch between like some of them at minimum, and they're all flat. But when you look at it from the front, they all stack in space, and it looks almost 3-dimensional. It looks
that's really cool.
Transition in space. It's really cool. It's almost like a shadow puppet. Boonraku kind of thing. Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, do you know what time it is right now?
Ron Perlman time?
Using big words hurts you.
God damn it.
What do you want your music to be in the background while you do this segment of big words?
Would you prefer something dramatic or something not?
Whatever.
The song Blumenkranz. It's German.
How do you spell?
Blumenz. There's a freaky anime lady with rainbow hair on it.
Is it from Kill la Kill?
It's from Kill la Kill.
Okay. All right. Welcome to Big Words. I'm your host, Kevin Ryan, and today we are testing Colin on some big words. I'm going to turn that down just a bit more.
Yeah.
So the first word of the day is decrepitate. And remember, you can ask me to use it in a sentence.
Use it in a sentence, Kevin.
I put the chicken in the oven to decrepitate its skin.
To rapidly age and burn or something. To like decrepit is like to Decrepit is like old and shaky, so like to kill? No. I think I'm going with to age rapidly or to like.
That's not too far off.
Yeah.
Decrepit actually means sort of like broken.
Yeah.
So like not necessarily about the age of it, but the broken factor of it.
Yeah.
So to decrepitate means to crackle, or to roast something as to cause to crackle.
Huh.
Yeah.
Today we learned something on the cooking show with Kevin Ryan and Colin Slurpee.
I never thought of that one. That's a great one. Oh my god.
It's better than supply.
I mean, there are much worse ones I can think of.
Yeah.
Yeah. The second word is ignotism.
Ignotism?
Ignotism.
Use a sentence. Oh my gosh, Yes, Patrick?
You commonly participate in acts of ignotism.
I do lots of things, Kevin. I'm not entirely sure that's helpful.
Oh, how about this? A lot of your guesses about big words during this segment are ignotistic, are ignotismly ignotized.
Something to do with ignorance.
Yeah.
Is it like a willing ignorance, perhaps? Tism is like a...
No, it's not a willing ignorance. It's just a mistake due to ignorance. To make a mistake because of ignorance.
Yeah. I'm going to use that. It's like, you cannot help your ignotism, you foolish swineherd.
The third word is yote. Yote.
It's like yolk and yoke. You vote. Yolk vote. I got nothing. Like that.
Do you want to hear it in a sentence?
Yes, use it in a sentence.
Okay.
Is it a verb?
Yes, it is a verb.
Okay.
God, thinking of a sentence for this is fucking difficult without absolutely giving it away. A blacksmith is adept at the art of yoting.
To make things that are hard softer?
No.
To layer small sheets of metal upon each other 200 times to create swords.
Kind of.
An act of hammering and layering?
To cast in metal.
Oh.
So, like, if you're making a statue or a sculpture, if you want to cast it in metal, the technical term for that is to yote it.
Okay, cool.
The next word is nubulous.
You mean nebulous?
No, I mean nubulous.
Oh, dear. All I can think of is nebulous. Sentence.
It is very nubulous out today.
Brisk? Dark?
Neither.
Airy?
Okay, when do you ever hear someone say, "Oh, it's very airy out today"?
I don't know.
When was the last time you heard someone say that?
When people are thankful for the fact that we have oxygen to breathe.
And since when have people ever been thankful for that?
Since smog and the Industrial Revolution.
True. Nubulous.
I got nothing.
Nubulous.
Mysterious, fingery, bizarre,
cloudy.
God damn it.
Similar to nebulous, but not quite. And the final word is larbird.
A larbird?
Larbird.
Sentence. And also, is it a noun?
Sort of, yeah.
It's sort of a noun?
I don't really know what part of speech it is,
Okay.
because I'm really fucking bad at that sort of thing. Hey, I want to be an English teacher. I really need to learn that shit.
Yeah.
So I could say that something is on the larboard side of the airplane.
It's either the front, the back, the side, or the other side. And I don't know which one. I'm gonna go with the left.
Yeah, no, it's the left side of a ship.
Yes.
Because think about you know how in like sailing terms,
Yeah.
there's starboard and port.
Yeah.
It used to be larboard and port.
Really?
Yeah. Because port is always on the right side and starboard is the left side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or fucking actually, no, I'm totally wrong about that. Never mind.
Oh.
It used to be starboard and larboard. So starboard was always the right side and larboard was the left side.
Okay.
So maybe port is the left? Fucking, I don't know.
But I'm right. It's the left. I got one. 1 out of 5. Yeah.
You're right, which is cool. That doesn't happen too often on the big word segment.
No, I'm not a... I
It's
don't
been
have a large
happening.
vocabulary.
It has been happening, though, the past few weeks. You've been getting progressively better at big words, I think, in no small part due to being able to hear them in a sentence
Yeah.
as well. And maybe having...
You also just picked easy ones. Like white? Who doesn't know what a white is?
Dude, I didn't know what a white was until I
Oh.
saw... Like,
Well, maybe I just read too much fantasy. They use that word all the time in Game of Thrones.
or like I'm looking at the one from Show 21, and I did entomology.
Yeah, study of
which-
insects.
Yeah. I don't know how the fuck you know that. I didn't know that.
Science. That's... like, how do you not know that?
Is that really your explanation? Science.
Well, I mean, when I was a kid...
I just know because science.
When I was a kid, I used to look at books full of animals and different insects and, like, biology shit and, like, anatomy. And, like, that's what I read when I was a kid. Like, I go to the library, pick out all the, like, anatomy of animal books and read those.
Yeah.
And then now, I was like, I think the actual reason I know that is because I was in the mountains hanging out with an entomologist once. Like, actually, yeah.
Were you high?
No, I was in the North Cascades on a program, and we hung out with professional people, and there was this entomologist there who was studying these beetles, this invasive species of beetles that was eating all the trees in the upper brush
Wait,
parts.
so were you like on a program with the entomologist specifically, or
No.
did you just like run into
It was
them?
a program with the North Cascades Institute, which is an education institution up there.
But like, so you just sort of ran into an entomologist?
No, that was they're like, here, hang out with this entomologist, learn about bugs. I'm like, sweet, let's do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I see. It was like a thing.
Bugs are cool.
Yeah.
Bugs are horrifying. Giant centipedes scare the fucking shit out of me.
With very good reason. I don't think there's anyone who would not be scared of giant centipedes.
They chase you. It's freaky.
Yeah.
Most bugs will run away. Centipedes will chase your feet.
Yeah.
Then you have to like run.
I don't know if it was a millipede or a centipede, but we found a dead one in our house like a month or so ago, and all of my housemates were so freaked out and scared that they would not touch it. I had to be the one to throw it away.
Right, really? But
Yeah.
it's dead.
Yeah, no, I know.
I'm not afraid of it if it's dead. It can't touch me if it's dead.
Yeah.
I mean,
but-
I'm still going to use like a broom and a dustpan.
Well,
but...
I just like wadded up a paper towel and picked it up with a wadded up paper towel.
Yeah, exactly. Because that shit can still bite you even when it's dead. I think.
Can
Probably.
it? Well, maybe.
They're like xenomorphs, right? If you break them open, their acid comes out and burns your skin.
I don't know what a xenomorph is.
From Alien. The movie by Ridley Scott.
Is a xenomorph the alien?
The xenomorph is the alien.
Okay, I never knew that. That was never explained in the movie, was
No, it wasn't. They called them that briefly in Aliens. Speaking of which, we're back at talking about Alien and Aliens, yes.
Oh, dear God.
We've made a full circle since like episode 9.
And Aliens.
But they're such good movies.
Also, I just realized that, okay, I'm sorry to talk shitty equipment again, but I just have to, just so you know what the deal is with this. The sliders for mic 1 and mic 2. No, because I have the headphones on, and that's what's coming through the stream, is what I hear in the headphones.
Yeah.
And I can hear us the same whether the sliders are... It doesn't fucking matter for mics 1 and mics 2. It matters for like MP3 and CD and all, the CPU and all that, but it doesn't matter for the mics. So our mics are always hot.
That's frustrating.
Yeah. I think the deal is these buttons. That changes it? No. I guess it doesn't. I don't really want to touch the board any more than I have to because I know that fucks things up for other people sometimes, but...
Don't touch the board. The board is bad.
I know what I'm doing. Actually,
the board is terrible.
I really don't know what I'm doing. The training here is not really the best, but I'm also going to turn this music off.
Go away, Careless Whisper. We got CT'd for you.
Wait, we did?
Huh?
What? We got CT'd?
Is that the right word? I think that's not the right word.
What do you mean? What happened?
Oh, CT. Where did I get that? No, I meant we got flagged on YouTube for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me about this.
Yes, I did.
When?
Yeah. One of our videos is blocked in like Nigeria or something because we used Careless Whisper.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
And none of the other ones, just that one. I don't
Just
remember.
that
It's like
specific
20,
one?
it's like 19 or 18 or something. This is the penultimate episode of this semester. I hope you know that.
Wait, fuck, really?
Yeah, really.
Oh my god.
Because next week is the last episode. Because
that's
after that,
right.
there's not another weekend.
I mean, I'll still be around, I think. But
well, good for you. I'll be in Seattle.
yeah. No, actually, I'll be in Seattle. I'll be driving up on the 21st, which is the next Sunday.
Cool.
Yeah. I won't be up in Seattle very long, though.
Yeah.
Only until the 27th, and then I'm coming right back.
Well, have fun. I'm gonna be working on my senior project and hiding in my house. Also taking lots and lots of photographs of the fog. Because I want to show people how Silent Hilly my island is. It's really great.
I've been to Vashon a few times, and I totally I've only really ever been there in the summer, except for once or twice, in the winter-ish time. But yeah, holy shit, the fog is like none other. Like I've experienced a lot of fog. Pacific Northwest has a lot of fog.
Yeah.
But Vashon fog is something really different. It's like it's thick.
It's really thick. Yeah.
Like
it's trapped
you can
on the island
feel
somehow.
it in the air. You can just feel the thickness of the fog in the air. It's really it's weird, man. It's really weird.
I love it. I love it when my home is a horror movie. That makes me excited.
What's the point of horror movies, by the way?
To get people off, and not in the sexy way. It's a controlled endorphin release that allows you to like simulate a kind of fear and terror and let you come to terms with some certain things, but then not actually be like physically in danger.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a theory that I have heard. That is not like the de facto
answer. Because I've never understood the appeal of horror movies. Like, I'll watch a really well-done horror movie.
Yeah.
Like The Ring, for example. It's a really well-done horror movie. Good story.
That's okay.
Well, it's a good, interesting story. There's some good acting. But, the scary parts, I'm just like, there's no point to this. That doesn't... I just... And then I'll watch, like, some really B horror movies that are just... jump scares, basically. The only point of it is to be scary, and I'm like, why am I bothering with this?
Being scared is fun, Kevin.
I genuinely do not understand that.
I mean, I don't quite get it either, but it's true. Like, people like being scared in a way that like, ooh, that's scary. Ooh, like it's a high. Like there's a real like tangible kind of like this.
Do you like horror movies?
I like good horror movies, and I don't like. I'm more of like I guess I like thrillers more than actual horror movies because I'm not. I like things where people have to. I like monster movies because I like things where people have to overcome like some giant obstacle that's usually manifested in like a creepy, slimy bog monster or some shit. But like serial killer stuff, okay, serial killer stuff's interesting, but like a guy coming into your house and like trying to kill you is not as interesting. Slasher films are not interesting.
Yeah.
Some people like those. I don't. But like sci-fi horror, I love. Like, what's the one? Event Horizon is my de facto go-to horror movie, and that's like, yes, this is good because it's like so atmospheric and chilling and creepy and weird. Alien is also another really good one.
Actually, that's another of my. If I were to,
and The
have
Shining.
to pick.
The Shining is also a very good horror movie.
God, Shining is great.
And I don't know, when you watch them, you just feel like you're somewhere else. Like there's something about like the fear and the paranoia that really rings true to my own existence. So I just have a connection to them. But
yeah,
I don't know. Like it's a way of facing your fears, I guess.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. And as I think about it, like there's. At least the way I approach it, there's something interesting and kind of nuanced to the way The Shining or other movies like that sort of make you think and put you through your mental paces. And some of that includes fear and horror. But I just think about other movies that don't do that same sort of thing. I guess the non-thriller horror movies, just like the slasher horror movie type stuff, where it's not really. I mean, it might be suspenseful, but not nearly in the same way.
Yeah, not at all.
And I don't know why anyone would voluntarily say, "Hey, I want to watch something that has no like." Well, I guess, see, even here's the hard part, because I'm having trouble articulating exactly what it is. But I don't really understand why someone would voluntarily say, hey, I just kind of want to be scared tonight. I'm going to watch a scary movie. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. And usually because, I don't know, like the stuff that I actually like really like, the stuff that I put on a pedestal is the stuff that isn't as jump scary, but is more paranoia-y.
Yeah.
Like
that
Amnesia,
stuff is
The Dark
interesting.
Descent
Yeah.
is a game, but it's still very good at that, like that creepy, crawly kind of like shuddering up your spine. And being in that mental state is actually kind of powerful, relieving. I don't know. It's simple. It's easy. Like it gets at those feelings of all I have to do is live. It's not. It's the same. It's like it's escapism. Like, because one of the things, like, sure, no one actually wants to have to, like, fight for their survival. That's shitty. But if you can experience in sort of a glamorized way, it's like, yes, this is a much simpler kind of existence than actually trying to, like, have a job, take care of kids, feed cats, go to, like, education, go to the gym, instead of just, here's a scary monster, run away from it.
Yeah.
It is a kind of escapism. And also just, like, I really love, like, spooky woods and creepy cities and abandoned, isolated, like, lonely places.
I think what I get of it from you is you like the aesthetics of it a lot.
Oh, yeah, totally. I love good paranoia horror aesthetics.
Yeah.
That cartoon that I told you to watch, what was it called?
I don't remember.
Over the Garden Wall.
Oh, yeah.
That had some of that. That has some of the horror elements I like, but presented in such a way that people aren't actually like terrified of it. It's just sort of creeping, lingering, isolated, lonely, dark, sort of underlyingly horrifying, but not like overtly horrifying.
Yeah. No, I watched the first episode of that and thought it was really great.
Yeah, it's excellent. The whole thing is really, really good.
Yeah, I haven't gotten around to watching the rest of it as soon as my thesis is over. That's my mantra for like every... And the kind of terrifying part, the kind of horrifying part, you might say. Topicality. The kind of terrifying part about it, though, is like, it's due in a week and a half. The end is very near. And I keep, like, my mantra for, oh, yeah, I'll get it done eventually was, I'll get it done when my thesis is over. My thesis is actually about to be over, and I don't know if I'm going to know what to do with my life after that. Like, I honestly don't. Like, so much of my life in the past few months has been thinking about, oh God, I want to do this, but I don't have the time because thesis, but I'll store that away in this little part of my mind, this little box that then I will bring out once my thesis is done.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I totally don't know if I can do it. I just it's also, again, really hard to articulate, but I just think, like, I'm going to feel sort of weird after it's done and be like, well, fuck, now I have all this free time.
Exactly.
No
It's like
one
I don't have
specific thing.
I don't have a huge purpose in my life anymore. What do I do?
Yeah.
What do I do? That's when you pick up awesome creative side projects. At least that's what I do.
Yeah.
See, when I'm not making art, I make more art.
Yeah.
And B, watch tons of cartoons. That's also what I do.
What I usually do, I mean, and this is even during projects or in the middle of projects, is cook, spend more time with food.
Yeah.
And oh my god, oh dude, like I should talk about this a little also. I made there's this really complicated Indian dish called biryani. Where you take rice, basmati rice, and you like half cook it. But you can't cook it all the way through. Otherwise it'll be really mushy once you're done. So you like half cook it and then reserve it aside, and then make this marinade with a bunch of spices and herbs and aromatics and yogurt, and marinate chicken pieces in it. And then what you do is you put the chicken pieces in a layer at the bottom of a pot, and then put all the rice on top of the chicken, so the rice cooks as the chicken cooks. And then you mix it all together, and it's really just sort of flavorful, aromatic rice and chicken.
That sounds really good.
And you serve it with a yogurt sauce called raita, which is also really good. But yeah, no, so it was really good, and holy shit, I made a lot of it. I think it was somewhere around like, I don't know if it would be right to measure it in quarts, but 6 quarts.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I have so much biryani left in my fridge right now. It's ridiculous, and I don't think my housemates like it. I mean, I know Anna doesn't like it because it's got a lot of spices and is also spicy, and she doesn't do well with spice.
Yeah.
And neither does Natalie.
Well, that's excellent then, because then your annoying housemates won't eat your food.
Yeah, I mean, I made it for dinner for like all of us the other night.
Oh, that's a shame then. They're like, I don't like this, Kevin.
Well, they didn't say I don't like it, but none of them were vocally impressed in any way, shape, or form. And I was like, I mean, on one hand, I was kind of happy because that means more biryani for me, which is great. And goddamn, it's a really good recipe. It's great. But holy shit, it is so complex. It took me like 4 hours to make it.
Yeah.
And there was probably only half an hour during that 4 hours where I was not actively doing something.
Wow.
So, yeah. But no,
it's a lot of cook.
It's a big, complex dish, but it is so delicious and so good. And oh my god, I spent a lot of money getting the spices though, just because you have to have very specific spices for it. That even though I brought back a ton from India, I still didn't have all I had. But
how are those stores going? You running out?
Running out of peppercorns, definitely. I use a lot of pepper, and yeah. Also, my pepper grinder is really shitty. Like, I can, about half the time when I grind it, I'll be able to grind for a solid minute with basically nothing coming out of it. It's just a really shitty pepper grinder, and I need a new one.
That's deeply frustrating.
Yeah.
Perhaps you should ask your lovely a spouse for a Christmas gift.
Dude, not spouse. That
significant other.
Yes. Holy shit.
Cohabitating human being.
Oh my god.
Did I scare you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Dude, you give me a fucking heart attack.
I love doing that.
Oh my god. Like, I love Adassa and everything, but oh my god. Like, we've been together for like 8.5 months. Not even, you know?
Yeah. Well, most people get engaged after 90 da's. It's time to get married.
What? Really?
No. Jesus Christ, no. Oh my god.
You've got me off.
I mean, I would hope not. I imagine there are some people who are like, I met you yesterday. Let's get married.
Yeah, I hope people don't do that. I know some people do, though, and that's ridiculous. But
you can't marry him. You just met him.
But I mean, I guess the other thing is that every once in a while, since Adassa and I both look like we're older than we actually are a little bit, sometimes we do get mistaken for a married couple. We went to Nordstrom Rack at one point, and the woman checking the sweater out for us was like, I don't remember what exactly she said, but she was trying to do some math, and I did it faster than her, and she commented to Adassa, she's like, "Oh, you married a computer?" And I'm like, okay, two things wrong with that. One, not a computer. That's the more pressing issue, honestly. And two, not married. Do you see a fucking ring? Yeah. I mean, actually, I do wear rings. But
you do.
But not on
Kevin.
But not on the marriage finger, as Adassa puts it. She says marriage finger.
Well, I know what finger I'm cutting off.
No, it's not that one. It's that one.
Oh, really?
It's the fourth finger on your left hand is the one you put a wedding ring on. Traditionally, in American culture, and I think most European culture, that's how you do it. But I know it's different for different cultures. What the symbol of marriage is, like in India, if you see a woman with a dot on sort of the space between her eyebrows on her forehead. Yeah. It's called a bindi, and that means she's married.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Is that a tattoo?
No, it's not a tattoo. It's you take basically you take a little bit of dye powder and you mix it with water, and you just dip your finger in it and put it on your forehead. And you do that every day. And you get a thing like that. They will do that for you if you go to a temple and pray. And especially if you donate something or bring an offering at the temple, they'll give you that. But yeah, no, it's interesting.
Cool.
Yeah. So we're about out of time. My God, that went fast. That went really fast.
That went really fast.
Yeah.
Quick, another story from my childhood.
Okay. Rapid fire.
What happened? What did I do? What's something I did? Did I tell you about the stuff that I found in the shipping container?
What? No.
Oh, well, one day on my elementary school campus, a shipping container showed up, just on the playfield, like in the far corner, and it was there, and I don't know why it was there, and I have a memory of opening up that shipping container with some of my class, and inside it was filled with electronic equipment.
Okay, when you say shipping container, do you mean like big?
Yes, I do.
Like the sort of stuff you see on trains.
Yeah, it's still there.
Holy shit!
Like it's actually still there. Like I have confirmed that the shipping container exists. However, everything that's inside it, no one will actually confirm that it was ever in there. And I don't know what happened there, because I remember going in there and being like, hey, that was a thing. And everyone else was like, no, that didn't actually happen, Colin. Yeah, it was strange. Also, I keep having dreams lately where I'm like flying on a Pegasus in the sky, generic Colin dream stuff. And then I'm like, shit, my alarm's about to go off. I wake up and then my alarm goes off.
Yeah, no,
I don't know why that happens.
I sometimes have those dreams where I'll be dreaming just a regular ass dream, and then I'll be like, "Oh, it's probably about time to wake up," and I'll wake up and it's 5 minutes before my alarm goes off.
Yeah,
I think that tends to happen when you just get your body clock in a certain rhythm.
Yeah,
I don't know. Anyway,
it's kind of cool. Stories for y'all to think about.
Yeah.
Do you have bizarre dreams that foretell the future?
If so, email me at kevinryan@lclark.edu, and I will read your email on our next show.
Heavily edited and censored by the Bureau of Investigations, of course.
Yes. Until next time, I'm Kevin Ryan.
And I'm Colin Sipley.
Signing off.
And if you get excited, take me home. I'd love to be invited once we're there. I'm sure you'll be delighted.